All right, so good morning, you guys. Initially, I had tried to do this recording on TikTok, all right, but it was glitching, and I feel like I was being redirected to come and do it on YouTube, all right. I tried to do a YouTube short that was also glitching, all right. So it's like Divine is saying, go live, Tamaria. Do it live, Tamaria. Stop avoiding going live, Tamaria. So with everything glitching and me being in this energy of being ready to create and having a limited, but it's not a limited way to create, all right? It's actually an abundant way for me to create. Going live, I feel like that's going to be way more beneficial for me than trying to do shorts and TikToks and try to take the fast route in order to get to this level of success that God promised me. All right, so alive it is. And this is kind of like StreamYard, which I was using for my read along for the book that I wrote, I Do But Not Till Death, all over my social media platforms. So check that out. But yeah, I guess this is what will be the routine for me, because it's like it is easier. I do have more time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can do hours of the live, even though I don't want to be doing hours. But a little backstory on how my morning's been going, because baby, I've been working on getting this message out, and here I am getting the message out. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Oh, I'm glad I killed it because it's been flying around here getting on my nerves. All right, so the message that we're going to be talking about is North Node energy. All right, so I rolled the dice and I got this symbol, which is North Node energy. All right, and basically, North Node energy is going to talk about a person's soul purpose. All right, their evolutionary growth. All right, their life lessons, new experiences, ultimate fulfillment, and their ability to live in their true destiny. All right, I got 10 on the dice as well to go along with that, which is what I use to kind of see how many cards we gonna lay out, because I don't want to be flipping and shuffling all day. I just kind of like to have a foundation for what it is that I do. It's like the perfectionist in me. All right, so we did go ahead and pray. All right, for you, for myself, for the message. And this is pretty much what we got. And we're going to do some clarifying with some additional cards now that I have more time and I don't have to rush. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. That was a long intro. Moving forward, since, you know, we kind of know how it's going to go from here, the intro won't be as long. We'll just get straight into it. All right, but the leading energy on the board, on the table right now, for this read is the Queen of Cups in reverse. All right, so with this Queen of Cups in reverse, it's just giving me the strong energy of someone in their South Node energy, stuck in their South Node energy, that doesn't really understand the concepts of love. All right, they don't know self-love, they don't know how to love anybody else. All right, this person could be very insecure, very illogical when it comes to what they expect to experience from love. All right, and how they expect to experience love, or give love to others, is what I'm wanting to say, right? This person could be very deceptive with their emotions. All right, somebody who is, you know, just kind of arrogant and conceited for no reason. All right, and with this being the Queen of Cups, all right, this is somebody who sat in this energy for a long time, right? Someone who's been developing this sort of emotional identity within themselves for a while. All right, with this being someone who's in a Queen of Cups in reverse. All right, I'm showing that this person like either struggles with seeing behind the veil of illusions that are in the world, all right, that are within their spirit, within their soul purpose. All right, this person struggles with actually balancing out their darkness and their light, all right, and just finding wisdom within the truth. So it's like this person could not trust their intuition. All right, they could be very emotionally uncontrollable with both the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess in reverse. All right, this is giving someone who is just like spiritually and physically, emotionally imbalanced. All right, they haven't done the work to heal themselves and just kind of see their true power, all right, their true sense of self, all right. And this could be due to the fact that this person has had some bad influences on their life, right? Some bad information when it comes to being able to make choices and decisions that have a sense of high morality, all right. This person could have been guided and led by people who are very unorthodox, or people who have non-traditional views and ways of life when it comes to doing things, all right. So this person could have been getting advice from people who were very materialistic, all right. And it's like we all know at this point in time that when we die, we can't take any of this stuff with us. Yes, it's great to be able to be in this energy to receive all of the things that you desire, all right, in a positive aspect. But I'm getting this strong sense of energy that this person in their South Node energy is very deceptive. All right. Not only very deceptive within themselves, but deceptive on how they come off to other people. All right. This person is, walking away with things and ideas and energy that, they're getting by kind of like stealing it. Like, kind of like stealing it. All right. Being very deceptive, being very conning, all right, doing things illegal, all right. And this is just the mindset that this person has, all right. Something could have happened within their life, all right. Something could have triggered them, all right. Something could have happened that they weren't expecting to happen. Something manifested in their life that they weren't expecting to happen, or just being in this energy is how they were able to manifest things. And now they're starting to see like this pattern, this behavior isn't something that I want to continue to do. It isn't something that I want to continue to be. All right. I'm getting a strong energy of like somebody just having a rough childhood, somebody just growing up without a sense of being protected, a sense of being loved in the way that they should have been loved. All right. So that's why they're emotionally insecure. They don't know how to love, and they don't know how to do things in a sense of morality that is upstanding and uplifting for themselves and the people that they're around, all right? So they could also be like stuck in the past, all right? Stuck in the past from something that happened to them, all right? But Divine is saying you got to come out of that energy. All right. You got to start moving with a sense of purpose, a sense of integrity. All right. You got to protect your spirit. All right. In the journey that you've been on thus far. And you have to become more of a leader. All right. You have to be more powerful. Give yourself the ability to be more powerful in your ability to connect with spirit and the divine in order to get yourself in this true leader energy, all right? So we had the Emperor that popped out, and so that's where I'm picking up on that. Like, you have to, get your spirit together, all right? Find something within your life, within your journey, within your purpose that's going to spark this fire within your spirit in order for you to start moving and having a sense of control and stability in your life, all right? Divine is saying don't let any disturbing news that you come across take you off your path, because with the 10 rolling out, it's like you are so close to ending this cycle. You are so close to like starting something new, becoming something new, thinking of new things, all right? But you're going to have a lot of people in your energy, a lot of people in your mind, all right, that are trying to challenge you, that are trying to cause you a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of confliction, all right? They're going to be wanting to compete with you energetically, emotionally, spiritually, all right? And they're going to want to keep you in a circle that you already are realizing that you don't belong in. All right, Divine is saying that you're going to have to do whatever it takes in order to free yourself from this mental cage that you're in. All right, you're gonna have to take off the blindfold and accept what you're really seeing and who you really are in order to start living, you know, through these lessons in a more positive way. All right, you're gonna have to free yourself, right? You're gonna have to free yourself by doing the internal work that it takes. All right, so we did have the Temperance in reverse, and this is just giving me this energy of somebody that is just like emotionally chaotic. All right, internally they're just going through a lot. You could be dealing with like different addictions, different pressures, and I just know that like making the transition to go from south node energy to north node energy, it is a journey that takes a lot of continuous work. All right, you can't just do it overnight. All right, it's something that you have to learn. All right, you have to create. It's just like a workout routine. It's just like any routine that you do in life. Is something that you have to consistently apply in order to see the results. All right, so right now you could be very, very moody and consistent with your energy because you want to make this change, but maybe what's going on the outside in your physical world, in your life, in your home, in your family, in your friend group, it's just like it just doesn't correspond with who you know you need to be. All right, so internally you're having to figure out how to balance out changing what's on the inside so that you can have balance on what's going on the outside. So we're going to go ahead and get into some clarification cards from the divine and see what we have going on and what other, inspiration we can give you in order to kind of move through the south node energy into your north node energy. All right, so bottom of the deck, we do have heartbreak. All right, so cutting people off. All right, leaving places, situations, and things that are not beneficial for you does cause a lot of heartbreak. Okay, it does cause a lot of mental confusion, a lot of mental chaos, but you have to find a balance. All right, you have to learn to balance out the pain with the idea of finding your purpose. Okay. Okay, so we have, excuse me, we got the Chariot. All right, so again, you're going to have to spiritually and physically tap in. You're going to have to get out of that chaotic energy. You're going to have to start creating structure around your life in order to head to the victory that you know that you are destined in, the victory that you know that you are promised by, living within your purpose. All right. You're going to have to balance out your energy. Okay. You're going to have to be very strong and controlled and allowing yourself to move this vessel. And when I say this vessel, I'm talking about your body. Your body is a vessel. Your body is a vehicle to get you to where it is that you want to go in life. And in order for you to do that, you're going to have a sense of discipline. All right. You're going to have to be able to control where your energy is going. You have to be able to control your ability to make thoughts, all right, and decisions that are going to be in alignment with who you want to be. All right, this Four of Swords is all about somebody who is taking the time to really think about what they want to do and how they want to move and how they want to, come back fighting. All right, you see this man, he is dressed in his armor. All right, he is really sitting down trying to figure out how he's going to defeat the enemies. All right, and the enemies are sometimes our thoughts, sometimes our emotions, sometimes our habits, sometimes the people that we hanging around. He's really trying to figure out and get into alignment, mind, heart, and gut, right, on how he is gonna get up and move off this table and move towards his purpose. All right, so divine is saying you could be having to make a lot of sacrifices. All right, you could have been stuck and seeing the world in a way of just trying to survive, all right? Just trying to get by, all right? But divine is saying you're going to have to look at things from a completely different perspective, all right? You're going to have to gain a lot of knowledge, all right, in order to move towards this path that you desire to be on, all right? You could be in this energy of wanting to seek somebody that's a reliable partner, or you could be in this energy of wanting to become someone who's a reliable partner, all right? When it's all said and done, it's like you've built and created a certain world, a certain life for yourself, all right? And it's like you're looking out, and it's like, I see so much more potential than what I'm currently living. Like, I see so much more potential than what I'm currently living, and I want to go and explore. All right. So you could become someone who is, even with this being a Two of Wands, like somebody that's just really balancing out their energy so that they can go and explore different opportunities. You could be getting ready to travel to a new place. All right. Maybe you have to travel to a new place in order to get away from the life that you currently live. So you're just looking to see what you can do and who you can become in order to kind of explore the world a little bit more. All right. But when it's all said and done, it's like you really want to balance out your emotions. All right. You really want to sit with yourself. You want to get comfortable with yourself. You want to get comfortable with the choices that you've made and the choices that you're going to make moving forward. All right. You want to forgive yourself and ask for forgiveness from the Most High in order for you to just stay in this emotionally successful, balanced energy. All right. Because when your emotions are more balanced, all right, you do receive a lot more from the universe, all right? You receive insight, you receive knowledge, you receive wisdom. Of course, you receive, blessings and abundance, all right? By just being calm, all right? Not being in this chaotic energy does allow you to attract in better things and better opportunities. I'm going to do one more of these clarification cards, and then we're just going to do a few other ones because I don't want this to be too long. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles, all right? So you could have been in your past life in your past life energy. Maybe this is the energy that you are ready to move from, all right? Being attached to energies, all right? Being attached to people and things that keep you in a state of lack, all right? Keep you in a state of like being attached to them, like they're supposed to have your back, you're supposed to have their back, but when it's all said and done, you guys really aren't doing the most with your potential, all right? You guys are kind of settling in this energy of relying on each other, all right, when you should be fully relying on yourself in the divine to help you to get to where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to be. All right, so moon card popped out. All right, so you could be having some sort of dreams, all right, about something that's pushing you towards being this better person. You could be having some sort of intuitive nudge, all right? You could be wanting to really sit with yourself and look at the dark areas of your life and illuminate these areas so you can see what needs to be changed, all right? You may need to do some shadow work, all right? You may need to do some reflecting on your childhood and any emotional wounds that you have that needs healing so that you can go down the path and the journey to heal them. All right, we have the Five of Swords out, or not the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups. All right, so you going through this journey, it is going to cause you some heartache. It is going to cause you some grieving. It's like walking away from what you're so familiar with and what you're so comfortable with does cause like some disruptions and some mental dissonance when it comes to, making a change. All right. It's like you losing something, but you have to look at what it is that you're going to be gaining in order to, kind of push yourself forward through the journey. All right. You could have been in this energy where you were just, doing your best to stay balanced. All right. Doing your best to stay balanced with the things that you were investing in, working on. All right. You could be receiving some sort of new opportunity. All right. Some sort of job or some sort of situation where you're going to have to make a choice and a decision about whether you're going to stay within this connection or this cycle of life that's draining you, or if you're going to move forward. All right. Divine is saying keep your balance. All right. Keep your focus. All right. Divine is saying allow the ending to be the ending. All right. I know sometimes in life we all think that, oh my God, woe is me. I've been through so much. And I can speak from experience. But once you allow the ending to happen, once you allow whatever mental deceptions that you've caused for yourself or other people have caused for you to just go, once you free yourself from that mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it's like there's a release. All right. You get this release of energy. It's like a new start for you. Okay. It's like, okay, I'm going to accept what I've been through. I'm going to accept what has happened and I'm just going to move forward. All right. Like it may have felt like 10 swords was in your back and you was going to die, but you still here. So you still have the strength and the option to move forward. Okay. So divine is saying you're going to have to go on a solo journey. All right. The Hermit card, you're going to have to isolate yourself and you're going to have to go within in order to find the answers. And within is within your mind, within your heart, within your spirit, within your choices. Okay. You're going to have to go completely within, all right, and do some soul searching. All right. Do whatever it takes in order for you to kind of get through this energy in this period. All right. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have spiritual teacher. All right, so you could come out on the other end. You could come out on the other end of the situation as a spiritual teacher. You could come across somebody who's going to be a spiritual teacher to help you grow and develop through this journey. All right. First card that popped out was missing you. And then we also have communication. All right, so you're going to have to know that you're wanting to make this change. You're wanting to cut ties, cut cords with energies and experiences and habits that you become accustomed to in this karmic way of being. People are going to start missing you. People are going to start reaching out to you. People are going to start wanting to pull you back into that energy. And you're going to have to learn how to, keep yourself steady. All right. Keep yourself moving forward. All right. You could be, kind of scared to make this change, make this transition, because you're like, I don't know what other people are going to think, but it doesn't matter what other people are going to think. What matters is that you get to the point to where you are able to cultivate a life full of peace. All right, where you are able to cultivate a life full of purpose. All right, that's going to calm down your nervous system and bring you a sense of ease. All right, so last card that popped out was karmic masculine. All right, so either you are going to have to cut ties with a karmic masculine. You could be a karmic masculine, but really all this karmic masculine energy is just somebody who embodies an energy of being deceitful, who embodies an energy of being selfish. All right. They are going to expose wounds within you that you need to heal in order to become the better version of yourself. All right. So maybe you're walking away from karmic people. Maybe you were a karmic person and you realize that these are some traits and behaviors that you don't want, and you want to reclaim your true sense and identity, maybe in Christ, maybe in whatever it is that you believe in as a higher spirit. So you're trying to get away from anything that feels karmic. Yeah. You're going to have to do a lot of separating, all right? You're going to have to do some separation, all right? It's very uncomfortable. Trust me, I know. It's going to cause you a lot of sadness. You're going to be bitter. People are also going to be bitter because you're wanting to change, all right? They're going to be like, I'm thinking about you. I'm missing you. You're going to feel them energetically pulling on your energy. You're going to feel them internally, all right? It's like they're going to be speaking to you telepathically, all right? You could be very uncertain of your future. Bottom of the deck, we do have the butterfly, all right? So Spirit is saying it is time for you to grow. It's time for you to evolve. It's time for you to start putting off, you know what I'm saying, this evolutionary growth and really work on yourself and your purpose, all right? It's time for the next phase. You got to do the work to heal that inner child and release the past. All right, so again, be careful. People are going to come in wanting to charm you, okay? They're going to come in wanting to enable you, all right? They're going to come in wanting to cross boundaries with you, all right? You're going to have to set up strong boundaries, say no to a lot of things and a lot of people in order for you to get yourself together, okay? All right, Divine, give me one more. All right, so last one we got is grounding. All right, so you're gonna have to do some grounding. All right, you're gonna have to start eating right. You're gonna have to start working out. You're gonna have to start making healthier choices. You're gonna have to start getting out in nature. All right, putting your feet in the grass, hugging the trees, getting some sun kisses. All right, sitting under the moonlight. All right, just really connecting with nature. All right, so that you can find this sense of stability and security within your vessel. All right, within yourself. All right, so that you can perform as a new version of yourself, all right, so that you can grow and have the sense of endurance that you need in order to get into this North Node energy and leave the karmics behind. All right, but that is pretty much all I have for this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Wishing you well on your journey. Bye. How do I end this? Where do we go to end this? Okay, let me see. Where is it? Is it the plus? I don't think it's the plus. No, it's not the plus. I think it might be the X. Let's see. Is it this one? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? And